What's good guys, FM here, and in this video I'll be sharing with you 5 tips you can use to upgrade your design and make your design process much faster on Affinity by Canva. So without hesitation, let's get designing. So this is my workspace and these are some designs I have done, and I'll be using those tips, applying them on this design to upgrade them to a more professional standard. So some of these designs are already good, but I'll be showing some tips which you can use to clean them up and make them look more professional. The first tip is to show you how to quickly crop an image. So for this design, the trick I did there was to take the background of this image here. So you can see this is the original image here and is beneath the gradient fill I have applied. So I want the head of the image to stick out, so I took out the rest of the background and I placed it on the design. So I have something like this, but if you look, it still contains the same width of the original design. So I want to crop it. There are different ways of cropping on Affinity by Canva, but I'll be showing you one of the fastest way you can use to crop, which will save you a lot of time. So all you need to do is to make sure that the image you want to crop is clicked on. Once it's clicked on, you go to your Pixel Studio mode up on your window bar, switch to Pixel, then you come and you select your marquee tool. So what I want to crop is just the image of this guy here, so I'll use the rectangle marquee tool. If what you want to crop is more strategic, I will advise you use the freehand selection tool so that you can trace out what you want to crop, but mine is just the image of this guy, so there's no more elements there. So all I will do is just highlight the image down. Once I have it selected, I'll just release it from my mouse. So the image which I want to crop out is selected. I'll just cut and paste it back. So what I'll do is just to do my Ctrl X on my keyboard. The image has been cut. Click outside to deselect it. Go back to my normal selection tool and I do my Ctrl V. So it has been placed on top, and you can see the square now. It doesn't have that long width, so I've immediately cropped the image. So the next tip I'll be sharing is how to add noise to your design. So adding noise is one of the ways you can make your design to pop and to feel very premium. So when I click on it, I come to my layers menu here, I click on the filter menu, I will scroll and look for add noise. Then the menu will pop out. One of the good things about Affinity is that it shows you the live transformation before you settle in with any edit. So you can see the noise I have added. Making it too much will just spoil the design, so you just make sure that you put it at the right average menu, not too much, not too shouty, but just to give it that little crisp look on your design. And it's more advisable to add noise on a plain background so that everything can come out well. And also you can add noise to a specific image, like this image I just cropped there. After doing some touch up to it, I made a video to show you how you can brighten and increase the quality of an image. As you can see, this image needs a little bit of edit so that the quality can be increased. I will link the video how to do that here so you can see, but for now I'll show you how to just add noise to it to make it blend to the design. So for this, now we have some plain background and we have the image. Adding noise to just the image will just make the image feel isolated from the whole design. So you can add, it's advisable to add noise to the image and also to the background. So I'll do that just now. I'll click on the image, click on our filter menu, go to add noise, and I'll add the noise. So again, let it not be too much, not too obvious, just the average amount to give it that crisp feel. So but as you can see, it feels isolated from the design, it feels different. So to make everything balance out, there's a plain background here. You can select the background and add noise to it also. So I'll go to my selection tool and I'll click on a plain background which I use for my gradient fill. Again, I will go to my filter mode, I will come to add noise, and then I'll zoom in to see the right amount that blends very well with the design. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see I will just get the right moderate amount that blend with my design. And that is it, guys. I have added a noise to this design and the design has popped out a little bit, giving it that more premium feel. So the third tip I'll be sharing with you guys is how to change the color of a lens flare. So we'll move over to this design. This is a birdie fly design I did, and I want to add a lens flare effect to this design. So when I go to my files, I have some images I have for my lens flare. I'll just drag it and drop on my design. But you can see that, sorry, so I'll come to my file, and this is the lens flare I have. This is one of the lens flare I have, so I'll just drag and drop it on my design. Yeah, just like that. But as you can see, this is a blue lens flare. When I go onto my menu bar and I add the effect, which is screen, you can see it gives a blue color, but what I want is a color that actually blend with the design. So I'll just go to Ctrl Z, and I want a color that blends with the theme of this design. So I want a color like this. So all I have to do is to click on my lens flare. I come to my menu bar here, I click on my color picker, and I just select the color that I want to use. Once I have it selected, you can see it has changed to the color. So now I can just add my lens flare and everything will blend. So I'll just go to my blending mode, click on screen, and I'll position it right where I want it to, increase the size. So you can see that the lens flare is a bit too much, it's interrupting the design. So you can come here to reduce the opacity to make everything balance out, just like this. So you can see the lens flare now, the color of the lens flare now balances with the theme of the design. This is a very helpful tip. Instead of having multiple images of lens flare of different color, you can just have one and you can be switching the color. That is how to change the color of a lens flare. So moving over to the fourth tip, one of the tips I'll be sharing now is how to copy style on Affinity by Canva. That is one of the things that can make your design process much more faster, copying of styles. So I'll be demonstrating that with this design. Let's say for instance I have these contact icons here. Let me ungroup all of them. As you can see, these are contact icon of social media icon. Let's say for instance I decide to make this a gradient color. Let me give this a gradient. How to come here and edit the gradient, make this part a bit lighter. Yeah, MC, I give this a gradient of bright yellow and orange. So now we have a gradient. So instead of doing the same gradient effect over and over again for every icon, as you can see there are two more icons here and there's other icons here, so doing them one after the other will take a lot of time. So all you can do is to click on the first one you made the changes to and just click on Ctrl C, which is to copy. Then you highlight the other ones you want to change to that same gradient. You click on the first one, hold down your shift, click on the second one, then you click on Ctrl Shift V on your keyboard. Just like that, it has pasted the gradient style and everything is now uniform. You don't need to do them one after the other. So these are great tips that can make your design process much more faster and can get you to make premium design faster. So the last tip I'll be sharing is adding of bevels effect on your design. That is one of the things that can make your design really pop. So for this now, I want to be adding the bevel effect to this vector object here, which I use to divide the design to add my contact details. I want to add a bevel effect to make this top line really pop and give it that 3D effect. So once I have it clicked, I will just come to my effect menu here, right here on my layers panel, and you will see bevels stroke emboss. You click the check button, you zoom in a bit so that you can be seeing the changes. So over here you can adjust the radius of the bevels. That is how thick you want it to be. So I don't want mine to be that thick, so I will just adjust the level. You can adjust it to the level depending on your preference and the kind of design you are working on. So as you can see, I'm looking at the preview while doing that. So when that is okay, you can soften it by just playing with this slider. Again, keep on watching the live preview to see the one that fits, because your eyes is always the best judge. So once that is done, I want to edit the color. I don't want it to be a white color. I want to give it a 3D effect. So I want it to be the color of this outline I use here. So I'll come to this white, I'll click on it, click on the color, and I can change the color. I can use my eyedropper to pick the color I want to change it to. Sorry. Okay, let me copy the hex code. So I just copy the hex code. I'll go back to my effect menu. and I'll just paste the hex code. There you have it. So the blend mode is now there. You can also adjust the radius again if you want. And also once you click on the color, you can see you can adjust the opacity of the color again. I just increased mine, and that is it, guys. You have a little effect to your design, so your design is not just looking plain. Alright guys, these are the 5 tips I thought to share. You can apply them on your designs on Affinity by Canva. You can use them and share your thoughts. If this video was helpful, kindly leave a like in the comment section below. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next. Peace.